Hi. In Christianity, it's very important that you understand that Jesus was not merely a man. There are faiths within Christianity who preach that God was merely a man, that he was born on earth, that he lived and he died, and that he was a creation of God, a man. But that's not matching with Christian doctrine, and I want you to understand that. So let me read to you from Paul's letter to the Colossians. This is Colossians, and it's chapter 1. We'll start at verse 15, and it's talking of Jesus. It says, "Who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature? For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. He is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have preeminence. For it pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell, and having made peace through the blood of his cross, by him to reconcile all things unto himself. By him, I say, whether they be things in earth or things in heaven." So do you understand that Jesus was not merely a man, and all things are subject to him by design of God the Father? So you need to read your Bible. You need to read it carefully, considerably, and when you read, don't just speed read through it and consider that what you've believed in the Bible is true. Read what it says and compare it to other verses. You cannot pick one verse out of a Bible and quote that and expect that to be true. The Bible is written. God intends for you to try harder than just to read a verse and quote it and that become your philosophy. There are some things that you will read that stated by themselves are not true. But if you read and understand the other verses, like verses, the context that is written in, you can understand the truth and the meaning behind that verse. So it's very important that when you read about the relationship between God the Father and Jesus Christ, that you understand that he created all things. And through him, it was God's plan to reconcile all things to himself through his death on the cross. And please consider that as you understand who Jesus was and as you understand who Christians should believe he is. Amen.